It's Kayla with Maddison, and we're going to be working on her AKC CGC training. We have a stranger to greet her and a dog to greet her. All the while she's going to sit nicely for us, and if she doesn't, we're going to correct her and kind of distract her with a treat maybe if she gets a little too crazy. So we're going to have her sit right over here. Maddison, sit. And we're going to have our stranger come up.
May I pet your dog?
Yes. Good girl, Maddison. And then we're going to also walk her nearby a dog and have her sit nicely when there's a dog present. You can come on over. You don't have to get in close proximity. Sit, Maddison. Good girl, Maddison. So for the Canine Good Citizen test, she's not going to be confronted with the dog. They're just going to walk the dog by nicely, and all the while you keep her on the left side of you. And she should not in any way try to drag you to the dog or turn her nose too much towards the other dog, and even have her sit nicely without moving around when another dog is present. You guys are good. So she did very well with that, and now we're also going to work on, she has a little bit of a collar problem. When she's laying down and you tug out her collar, she tends to kind of try to nip at you, so we're going to just see how she's doing with that. She's making a lot of progress, but we're just going to make sure, because during the CGC test, they are going to come up and touch her paw, pull on her collar, and she's not supposed to react to it in any way. Maddison, come here. Good girl. Lay down. No. Maddison, come here. Maddie. Sit. Lay down. Good girl. Good girl. So we're going to have her in her vulnerable position where she usually tries to nip when we grab her collar. And I'm just going to give it a little tug, play with it a bit. She's kind of showing her teeth a little bit. Definitely doesn't like that, which we don't want at all. So I'm going to leave her and try it again. Good girl. Give it a little tug. Anything that might trigger it, and we want to avoid her trying to bite you in any way. No. So she did try to nip at me. We're gonna just try to, hey, Maddison. Maddison. Good girl. No, Maddison. No. No. Hey. Hey, come here. Come here. Alright, let's get her a little closer to the camera so we can show you what we're doing when she does nip, or try to nip. Bare her teeth like that. Oh, not that close. Hey, Maddison, come here. Come here. Alright, so I think this camera angle will show you well enough. So we're going to just pull on. No. She kind of twitches her mouth a little bit, and anytime she does that, I'm going to say no and pet her nicely to show I have nice intentions. No. Good girl. Good. So I'm just going to do it for a short amount of time before rewarding her. Let her know that I'm being friendly and gentle to her. Good girl. Good girl, Maddison. Good girl. Good girl. So, no. No. Just gonna approach it a little less. There we go. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl, Maddison. So we definitely don't want her baring her teeth during the test or even twitching at the mouth. They might take that as a bad sign, so we just want to, I'm just going to continue to do this until she shows absolutely no sign of baring her teeth. A, no. So it's kind of a long process, but she'll get there. Good girl, Maddison. Good girl. So I'm going to pet her when she doesn't and pull away when she does start to bare her teeth and tell her no. A. Good girl, and reward her when she does it for extended periods of time. Good girl. Very good, Maddison. Okay. Now she's a little bit worse when we have her, like just now, where we have her laying down and her belly is exposed. If you go for her collar, she's gonna want to snap. So I'm gonna try it down there. Okay. Good. Maddison, no. Maddison. Good. Good girl. Very good. Good girl. So I'm hoping I'm staying in the shot, but I really want to be able to see her turning to snap when she's laying down further towards the ground. That's where she tends to kind of snap more. And going in at the side. So when you work with her at home, if she ever does this at home, have her in her vulnerable position and just keep grabbing at her collar. Anytime she looks like she's going to try to nip at you, pull away, say no. Anytime she is good when you're pulling at her collar for extended periods of time, give her lots of loves, maybe a treat. Good girl, Maddison. Good girl. Very good. Very good. You lost your treat. Good girl. Here's a good girl. So her head is right in the shot there. Let's bring this camera down just a little bit. Okay, so you can see in the camera that I'm going for her collar. Good girl. Good girl. No. Good girl, Maddison. Okay, and I'm going to try the other side. Usually this side where her stomach's exposed right here, she tends to bite more, but we haven't tried this side in a while. Good. Good girl, Maddison. Easy. Good. No, good girl. Come on, Maddison. Alright, we'll try it again from the sitting position. Sit. Maddison. Maddison, focus. Sit down. There you go. Good girl. Good. We're going to try her paws again, just what they would do for the test. And they would grab her collar when she's sitting down like this. So she's pretty good at not nipping when she's sitting down. It's more when she's laying down and exposed. Good girl, Maddison. Good girl. Other paw. Here we go. Good girl. Very good. Good girl, Maddison. Good. And kind of going to play with her mouth a little bit. Anything that might set off a dog that cannot qualify for CGC. Good girl. Very good. Okay, so so we might want to revisit the collar later in time just to see how she's doing with it, because she still does nip a little bit, but once you do it enough and get her familiar with, hey, it's okay to grab your collar, especially when you're lying down.